Good evening. I believe this is going to be my last video because it appears that all the puzzle pieces have been put together and we know now the rapture is going to take place this week. Thank you, Jesus. So all credit goes to a lady with the channel Where Two or More Gather in His Name. Unfortunately, she doesn't give her name, so I can't even say, congratulations to her. But I will put the link to her channel in my description because she's the one who put everything together on one page so you could see overlapping calendars. And then at the same time, Sister Hlengiwe spoke. She did a Zoom meeting. I think it went on for a long time with some of the Rapture watchers. And she spoke how she remembered she'd had a dream where Jesus was giving his children, us, puzzles to complete. And I believe there were 4 of them. And each time we completed them, we'd look to him to see if we got the answer right. And he was smiling and saying, yes, that's perfect. So it turns out that she realizes now that that dream was actually in reference to the different dates that we were arriving at, and that in fact they were all correct. But Jesus wanted to have more time. He pled his blood to the Father because he wanted more time for more people to be saved. So that is actually what has been happening these last several weeks since the 23rd and 24th September. So isn't that just amazing? Isn't that just amazing? Anyway, in my last video, I was talking about how if you use the Enoch calendar, you will arrive on the same dates as the unnamed sister. I won't know what to call her apart from unnamed sister. Arrived at, which is the 30th and 31st this week, Thursday and Friday. Halloween for some of us. And my video came out after hers, but I hadn't seen her video. So what I want to do now is to make my own version of her calendar, adding in the Enoch calendar, so you can see how they fit to perfection. So I'm now going to show you a recording that I did just based on that calendar. So I want to go through this calendar, and as you can see, I've got numbers in black, blue, purple, and green. And the reason is because I'm overlapping 3 different calendars plus Joshua's dream. So the blue numbers are heaven's calendar. Now this is the calendar that Sister Hlengiwe, sorry if I mangle your name, sister. I think I'll have to call her Sister H, if you don't mind. Sister H saw in heaven, and in the calendar she saw in heaven, she said that heaven's calendar starts with the full moon. So day 1 of the full moon is going to be here, where you see the 1. And then the green numbers are the Enoch calendar. The black is Gregorian, meaning it's this month. And this is actually the month of October that we're in now. But we know now that October actually means September because of the delayed harvest. This is the 7th month. And Joshua had a dream on the 13th that the 16th and 17th was the rapture. Okay. So I'm starting here with the 7th of October. And I put the full moon there. This is the full moon that we see. And in heaven, that means it's the start of the month. Now, you have to remember that the day starts from the evening before, as that affects your counting. So the evening before would have been the full moon. So the first would start here and go into here. Yeah, and this happens for all of the calendars, right? So the first day is the evening, and goes into the next evening. So that's why the 1 is on the day after the full moon. So that is counting heaven's calendar. And as you can see, it goes all the way up to the end of our calendar and ends at the Feast of Trumpets. Can you believe that? Amazing, isn't it? Anyway, my last video I looked at the Enoch calendar. So I put that in addition now to heaven's calendar and our Gregorian calendar. So the Enoch calendar always starts in the 7th month on a Wednesday. So let's find Wednesday. And it starts with a new moon, not a full moon. So the first day of the Enoch calendar is in green, and it's here, the day after. It's not actually the day after, because if you remember, the day starts the evening before and ends that evening. So it always crosses over from the previous night, yeah? So that's the first day in the Enoch calendar. In the Enoch calendar, as I showed in my last video, the Feast of Trumpets would have been here and here. And it's on the 2nd and of the 3rd in the Enoch calendar. And that corresponded with our 23 and 24 of October, which should have been the real Feast of Trumpets. But it didn't happen, as we know. Well, as I pointed out in my last video, this year is a Jubilee year. Many Jubilees happening this year. And so that means that the Feast of Trumpets would have been moved forward 10 days. So if you count forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you have the Day of Atonement, because the Day of Atonement would start, it would be the 10th day, but it would start the evening before of the 30th and go on to the 31st. So I calculated that a possible rapture date would be the 30th and the 31st. But then, because I saw the lady's video that came out, I think it actually came out before mine, but I hadn't seen it, and she was talking about heaven's calendar, that corresponds perfectly. Look at the numbers. So it starts on the full moon, and if you can just follow the blue numbers through, it ends exactly on the Feast of Trumpets, which is amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. So in heaven's calendar, the 23rd and 24th would be our 30th and 31st. So both these dates were actually correct. And furthermore, Joshua had a dream on the 13th that the 16th and 17th was the rapture. So he had his dream on the evening here. So you start the day count from the evening here into this day. So if you count 16 and 17 days with the purple numbers, you can see they end up on the same 2 days. Now, I don't think you can call all of this a coincidence. Oh, and by the way, when he had his dream that the rapture would be on the 16th and 17th, it actually was. Because in heaven's calendar, the 16th and the 17th was the real Feast of Trumpets also. So if that is not the hand of the Lord and the work of perfection, I don't know what is. I really, what can you say? I hope you can understand everything I was saying there. If not, just maybe listen again. Basically, I put heaven's calendar, Enoch's calendar, our Gregorian calendar together, and I've also factored in Joshua's dream, which originally we thought would be on the 16th and 17th of our Gregorian calendar, but it was the 16th and the 17th in heaven's calendar, and what he was meant to do actually was to count forward 16 and 17 days, in which case it ends up on this feast of these 2 days, more Feast of Trumpets. How much more evidence do you want? I don't know what to say at this point. There is nothing left to say. Surely this is it. It's going to be this Thursday and this Friday, depending on what your location on the globe. So I think that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And what can I say? It's amazing.